Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gentle.
Everyone grab their goon sack and suck.
This is actually really awkward.
Hey,
Oh,
got it.
nice one, Siri.
Hey Siri, goon sacks suck. Ooh, delicious Malbec for me.
I'm enjoying a nice gold label Merlot.
What are you sucking down there over there, my boy?
Italian red wine. I don't even know what it said.
Rosso.
What's it say at the top?
Red-
Puglioso?
No,
Puglia.
it just Rosso is red. It's just red.
It's a goon sack kind of summer, guys.
And this is currently 11 a.m. on a Tuesday.
Do you want
Yep.
to? Do you want to level up the goon sack?
How do you level it? We really need a clothesline.
Okay, so take your shoe off.
I'm not wearing shoes.
Just take off a shoe. Guess a shoe. Pour the goon sack into the shoe. Have a shoey.
Is that a thing? A shoey?
Yeah, it's an Australian
A
thing.
shoey
It's a
goon.
I
I love a shoey goon.
a shoey goon.
Hooray!
That is nice wine.
I feel like mine is nice, but I can't help but feel as though the sack kind of deteriorates from.
You think it's a dirty receptacle?
Well, I think straight from the sack.
No, I
The
disagree.
sack is fine. In fact, I enjoy the
I like
sack.
it.
Isn't
I think the sack is convenient.
isn't the sack? I'm no wine connoisseur
None of
or
us are.
expert, or I know nothing about wine besides it comes from grapes. Isn't the sack like better for flavour?
I'm not sure.
I can't imagine it is.
Sacks
I
are normally
think
quite good for
drinking
flavour.
directly from the sack would
It makes
make
it.
it worse.
I know. I think it makes it
Because
better.
no, wine is you're supposed to put it a little bit in the glass and swirl it.
Aerate it, yeah. You're
And
supposed to
it gets some
hyper-decant it. Haven't you
Yeah.
heard?
Yeah, like you open it, leave it open for a while, and then you pour it into a glass, hyper decant, then you swirl it, then you sniff it, and then you swirl it some more, then you sip it, and then you swirl it, then you snip.
And then mega-decant, then...
I
Yeah.
do like
Ultra
wine.
decant.
Yeah, and
I
then
do like
supreme
wine
decant.
And what I will do is I will like sucky some of the.
No, that's. Go on, fill the whole thing.
So have
Pint
a-
it.
It's bigger than a
Pint it,
pint
go
as well.
on.
It's like a pint and a half. You could probably fit most of the sack in that. A pint of wine. I love the sack. It's 2 bottles of wine. In a sack.
In a sack.
Yeah.
In
Hang
a
it on your
sack.
fishing line.
As long as you're a wine fan, you know.
No, this is the thing. Going to Italy or France or even Argentina, any country that's like known for producing wine, I think if you go to those countries and you don't like wine, don't go to the countries. Because I feel you're missing out on part of the big experience of those countries if you're not consuming the local wine.
What if you're allergic?
What if you're sober?
Sorry. Well, that's the thing. I respect that.
Not allergic people, though.
I'm sober.
Hey, but
I
it's
was
just,
sober.
like when
Yeah, exactly.
you want to like enjoy the local cuisine of a country, and alcohol is a huge part of that. It's like going to Portugal and drinking port. It's just one of the things.
Is that why it's called port?
port?
Really? What is port?
Oh no, port. Well, port.
It's like fortified wine. It's horrible.
Yeah, port is like really. It's what you have with cheese usually.
Oh, one of those
But
things.
the country's named that for ports, as in like a harbour,
Wow.
like Portsmouth. I've not tried port. But
Don't.
I know I have tried port because I've been to Bordeaux, but
Porty-eye?
it's just really strong. Really,
Horrible.
Do you like mulled wine?
no.
I have mulled cider. I just don't like mulled things, really.
Well,
No.
the thing is, like, all these things are associated with, like, Christmas. And it's
Yeah.
like,
I don't like
if
Christmas
it's something
flavour.
you only want once a year, that probably means it sucks.
Yeah,
What about eggnog?
I've
Exactly.
never tried it. We don't have
Yeah,
it
me
here.
neither. Yeah, yeah.
I
You
don't
can always
even know
make
what it is, really. You're supposed to make it in a bathtub or something?
Yeah, you bathe in it and it gets all your natural juices in there.
Yeah. You get Gwyneth Paltrow to take a dip.
Get that smeg.
Gwyneth Paltrow's eggnog. Ooh.
Gwyneth Smagnog.
Well,
Pegnog.
good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gents, and welcome to episode 331 of the JARCast. I am your host, Alex, joined by Jim and James for yet another week of fun and excitement and goon sack sucking. Yeah, before we get too deep into the show, let me shout out the Jar Media Patreons. I'm just saying it now. It's patrons. I'm just saying Patreons because I'm so used to hearing James say it.
Wait, have I been saying it wrong?
Did you not know? I thought you did it on purpose at this point.
At this point, I don't even know.
Who make the audio versions of the show possible and get their names like producers, Jar producers.
The productioners, sorry.
Just because you produce this doesn't mean you have like the legal right to sway our creative decisions.
But they do have the right to use our memes if you're on the
and
Patreon.
sway our creative decisions.
Yeah, and sway our creative decisions. And they get the names read out in the first week of each month. That first or second episode, normally. Isn't that right, guys? Read them out. Funny little silly names. God, what else is going on before we hop into housekeeping? We got the shorts going. Crazy business.
The shorts are actually popping off.
They're going
I don't
nuts.
even watch the cast anymore. I just watch the shorts.
That's the idea, man. Yeah. Check out the shorts. Check out the crazy... We teased it last episode, the How It Should Have Ended video we recorded in 2019 I put together. Put on the channel. People seem to really be enjoying it as this weird little time capsule thing. And it was quite surreal to actually put together because it was like mere months before the C virus hit. So it was like, before
different
things
vibe,
went to
It was like
Garbo.
Pre-alcoholism.
Yeah, pre a lot of things.
Pre many addictions.
Yeah.
Give us a nice rating on Spotify and iTunes. It helps us in the algorithm over there. I think that's all of that kind of stuff. I want to go straight into housekeeping because it's a fatty. Oh boy, it's a big boy. I'm never going to do that again.
Big one.
So in regards to the Heish video, Quacking Buddy, Heishi said, well, I wouldn't say it's entirely mean-spirited. They do really lay into the channel. Like, goddamn, they hate this guy. But also, How It Should Have Ended is, and on it is a big piece of Jar history, especially for veteran viewers. No, we don't hate him. We're just making fun of his bad videos. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hating someone's content or opinions is very different.
Don't conflate. Although there were some jokes towards the end. I did take out. But
jokes are harmless.
Yeah.
But only we know about those.
Yeah. I don't even know.
That's the creative process, you know. You just got to throw out there.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jim's the one who said he killed someone.
What?
Yeah. You got to watch it, bro.
Yeah.
I was ashamed. Last episode in the question segment, someone was asking about quintessential British media, right? And I knew I didn't prepare or write a list beforehand, and I kept reminiscing on it afterwards, thinking, man, there's so many obvious things I didn't bring up, especially in the realm of music.
Like Wallace and Gromit the Wrong Trousers.
Well, that's the one thing we did actually bring up.
I just wanted to bring it up again because it's...
Oh, yeah. Someone in the comments said actually they saw like a live orchestrated version of it. And I would kill to see that.
Yeah.
I would kill. But yeah, Robert DiGiorno 8690 says, I love that James's idea of quintessential English media was a video game series based entirely in America.
Yeah.
That was like kind of
that kind of is an accurate British living experience, you know. We're just trying to be
mini America.
Yeah.
We are very Americanized. But I wanted to take an opportunity to list some of the things, right, in the realm of music. Right, listen to this, because this is crazy. There's a lot of things I'm kind of ashamed of being a Brit about, but some of the music output is not one of them. Man, listen to this. David Bowie, Queen, The Clash, Pink Floyd, Radiohead, Led Zeppelin, The Smiths, The Cure, The Stone Roses, Dire Straits, Fleetwood Mac, Gorillaz, The Beatles, Kate Bush, and Seal.
Seal's British?
Mm-hmm.
What?
It's by Rose.
What?
Yeah, man.
That man is not British.
Do you know what? I just one thing you've forgotten there is drum and bass as a genre is really quintessentially British.
Is that a British creation?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
A lot of the big drum and bass producers of the 2000s moved to Manchester.
I want to say,
So drum and bass is huge.
I think Seal might be essential to that kind of scene. Hold up. Let me play something from his early days. What got him started? The beginning.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I think his vibe was kind of something.
Oh, you've actually forgot I would also say the Prodigy.
Ooh, yeah.
Those a bit of. But the
Yeah.
Prodigy is very, very quintessentially British.
Yeah.
The whole
feel
wave
like-
culture was like that Prodigy.
Mm.
And
We got some great
everyone
bands
knows.
over here.
Yeah.
We got some great music.
We've always done
Is
music
New
well.
Order British?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. These were just the ones that like are my favourites,
popped
but there's
your
so
head,
many.
yeah.
Depeche Mode.
Yep.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, that's one thing I think Britain's always been particularly good for is
Yeah.
the music scene.
Yeah.
It's sort of our cultural.
It's the only like cultural thing we have.
The only
yeah.
cultural leg we have to stand on.
And we're standing on it.
It's
We're
that. It's the two legs are music and beans. Like that's our culture.
That's yeah.
and it's a bit cockeyed because we've relied on music for so long.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
getting,
We need beans to be a stronger.
If
part
we
of
get
the
another Ed Sheeran, that leg's gonna go.
Mm. When I was looking up some of these bands to remind myself, there was like a bunch of these like annoying lists, you know, and so many of them had like Adele at like number 2, like above people like David Bowie,
Sam
above
Smith and stuff.
yeah,
Like no,
Some
David Bowie
boring.
is like that's like number 1 to me.
Yeah.
like, instantly.
Yeah.
yeah, like Adele is like objectively really good at vocals,
Mm.
but
Yeah.
like it's
Boring
just,
ass
it's just
music.
really boring to me. Yeah.
Yeah, trash, boring, awful music. Sorry, Adele, when you listen to this.
Ovendal, seeing as we're on this topic, says, I'm surprised none of the boys mentioned the In-Betweeners. It's always the show I make non-natives watch if they want to integrate better into British culture. I can't think of a single piece of media where everyone in Britain has seen it more than the original 3 seasons of that show. It's also incredibly representative of life in suburban Britain. I think I'm the only one who's seen it.
I don't.
never seen
It is really funny though.
I don't.
It is good.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good, but
I watched it at the perfect. I think I was 17 when I watched it, and that's
Yeah,
the age of the
yeah.
characters. It was like, yeah,
It's,
perfect. But I think it would still be funny now. I don't watch the movies, but the show's really good.
Surely the Italian Job would be one as well in terms of film.
never seen it.
The Mark Wahlberg one.
The Dark Knight.
not the fucking Mark Wahlberg one.
And guys, I gotta say, I'm pissed at you guys.
Oh
I'm
no.
pissed. You guys dropped the worst take you've ever dropped on Jar last episode.
What? I dropped so many though. You're gonna have to.
Man, Bao P's scale of 12 is on my side here. James and Jamie are definitely in the minority for not liking MASH. MASH is such a comfort.
God.
Yeah, shut up.
God.
Shut up.
It wasn't insane for this. I was
Absolutely
surprised more
not.
people were not annoyed at what you were saying about
Because-
it.
No, this is the silent majority thing. Most people
No.
put up with MASH.
But
No.
okay, this
No.
week alone, I've had. This is like I've had a baked potato. I've eaten potatoes this week.
Mm.
Mash, like on the inside, creamy. Then you got that outer skin, makes the mash better. A potato is just good mash. Have a baked potato if you want mash.
Baked potatoes sucks as well, though.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
you
not
guys
going
are insane on your pesto. Because Sam Will 1999 said mashed potato is amazing. If you add pesto to it, also makes it all green, which looks cool. But the taste, my god, awesome idea. Haven't considered doing
That
that.
is a good idea because it makes something shite tasty.
Yeah, it's like putting like curry powder,
No, because-
flakes. You know, just throw
Curry
chili.
powder in Heinz beans. For the record,
I'm
on
not-
beans
That's
on
actually
toast.
a good,
Fire
awesome.
AF.
Yeah, curry powder in those beans. Oh, that makes it
Oh,
good.
awesome.
Fire.
So good.
No,
So
but okay,
good.
so let's
But-
just we
Yeah, we
when we
need to
talk
talk
about
about
food, you can always like adapt or add things that makes it good. You can do that with anything. Even the food can be made better, right? But if you gave like 10 people from every country just mash, guarantee most of them are going to think
Default
it's shit.
mash.
Yeah, default mash.
Default
That would be
mash.
No, you
is
can't
great.
default it.
Well, no, but
You
you
can't
can
make it as boring as possible. You got to make it.
No,
pizzazz,
that's
you know?
precisely
No,
what I say. No, stop.
like
Wait.
that.
Let me finish. Default pasta, significantly better. A really basic pasta dish, amazing. Enchiladas, just throw some tortillas, some chicken with some sauce, tasty.
You know, anyone in the world going to that pub in Bromham, getting the sausage and mash, the bangers and mash there, they're going to be won over, man. It is incredible.
You're name dropping my area, bro.
I'm serious, man. What's that pub called again? It's
The Greyhound.
the Greyhound.
The Greyhound
Ooh.
in Bournemouth.
No,
Drive there and then you
I-
can meet me.
Good.
I would never and have never ordered that.
Yeah.
I was kind of in your boat thinking like I would never order that, but I saw it and was like, I'm gonna take a gamble. Every time I go there now, that's what I get.
I've had some good. The thing is, with that place, all of the food is great.
Yeah, it's
So
incredible.
it's just a case of like, what do I like more? If I know that it's all gonna be good.
And seeing as we're on the topic, JXB2SX says, listening to the Posdact, I've realised the secret to all of Alex's recipes is garlic. That's kind of, yeah,
That's
that kind
the
of is the
secret to
truth.
all recipes.
Yeah,
It's
it's garlic
cooking.
and butter. That's kind of the
Yeah.
the two things that make everything yummy.
Yeah, mine is garlic, chili. I put heat in everything
Yeah, I tend to as well.
because there's no point not doing it. If it's like this is the thing. It's even the most basic. Let's just say you've got home, you're exhausted. You're just gonna throw the cheapest, shittest pizza in the oven. Cover that in chili shit, instantly becomes better.
Yeah, get some chili flakes on there, sprinkle maybe a little bit of chili oil.
Yeah, just instantly throw heat on it. Good time.
What about cereal?
I don't eat
chili
cereal.
oil on the cereal.
Porridge.
I use chili oil instead of milk.
I would have a spicy porridge. I'm a porridge fan. I like porridge.
You
I
do like
hate
porridge.
Porridge is
Another
great.
trash thing. Porridge is.
No,
No,
is
do you know how
down
good it
there,
is for you
mash.
though? If you get those like oats.
Yeah, handmade. If you actually do them,
Yeah, I've got
like
some.
overnight oats is like a
Yeah.
thing.
My nan does that every day.
Really healthy, really good for you.
Yeah, it's
Really
like super good for your
disgusting and
gut.
horrible.
I love oats. I think oats are the one thing in life I can't live without. Like bread and wheat and oats. That's all I need. I'm literally a peasant from the Middle Ages.
Yeah.
Sam You Is said, you could put the mouth animation as the last beat of the intro. So this is referencing this. It's like a combination of like the fan-made logo and then a fan animated it but they used the wrong blue. So then I had to color change it and like morph it all together. And now there's this really cool jar little bleh intro thing. And this is kind of a cool idea. I might try it for this episode and see how it flows with the dun 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 dun.
I think it is that animated logo is amazing. I think it's so
Yeah.
good. It's perfect.
Yeah, and we have the chance to do the like Simpsons gag thing where like it's a different noise each episode or something. There was a suggestion to change it to a bar.
No. Bar's old. No. Bar's gone.
We do have to think about those poor audio listeners though, you know. We don't want to frighten them.
Yeah.
I just don't think bars. They're long gone. They're cringe.
You think so?
Yeah. I don't do them anymore. That's all you need to
No,
know
it's
about. how
just
they-
evolved further.
To what? What is the current iteration
The
about?
B is gone.
No, you're not wrong there. I do just.
We just
So, one of the speaking of the Jar shorts, one of them was about that scene in Star Wars Episode 3 where Yoda decapitates those guys.
Yeah,
We're talking about someone with a hunting rifle trying to kill Yoda.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the amount of comments about this. Apparently, it's in Star Wars lore, right? Where
There's
like,
bullets.
bullets are actually like quite effective against lightsabers. Look,
So what you're saying is I was right.
Look, listen. Liam Tolentino says, adding on to the discussion about guns in Star Wars from last week, I'd like to point out that apparently regular bullets do exist in Star Wars lore, and they're basically a counter to lightsabers, since lightsabers can't deflect bullets, as they just end up turning the bullets into molten chunks of metal flying towards you. The downside of using normal guns in Star Wars is that they're heavy and deafeningly loud and need to be reloaded frequently, so you can't carry a lot of extra magazines, whereas a blaster, and then blah blah blah. There's like the comic where Obi-Wan like blocks a real bullet and it like sprays molten bullet on him.
on his
So-
face. Is that why he grows a beard?
Yep.
See, so I was right. Bullets would be the answer.
I guess, but blasters are kind of cool.
I don't
Don't you think
like
it's
the
kind of
idea a
stupid
blast.
though? Like, surely they'd have like people that hunt Jedi. Like, if you can just Glock them.
Yeah.
If you can molten them.
Yeah. Like, why would Boba Fett have a?
Because the
blaster?
Jedi have the innate advantage of just being able to like dodge and stuff, you know?
They can't dodge guns. Why would they waste time like
They
deflecting?
can.
them?
We already made this point. Yoda like just before they even get the
Before they even
their
shoot,
guns.
though.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I'm saying you can't snipe Yoda. He knows before you even pull the trigger.
See, that just sounds like plot armor to me. I could
well,
glock
essentially.
Yoda.
No, you couldn't.
Nah.
No,
Your hand will be
well-
gone. He takes no prisoners.
Yeah, man's
Yeah,
quick.
but the plot armor. That's because he's had plot armor in all of the things he's been in because he's Yoda. Get rid of the plot armor and he can get glocked.
No, but his ability is to essentially see the future. He can like sense your motive, and he'll be like, "Someone's about to Glock me."
I don't have any motives. What about if I'm empty?
Well, no, he.
What
Your
about if I-
intention.
No,
your
what about if I
thought.
don't have
If you
the
don't
intention?
think,
Yeah. What about if I'm my mind is just full of something irrelevant at the time, so you can't pick up on it, and then it's bang.
yeah, but before you do it, you got to think it.
No, you don't. I've proven that constantly.
Well, Omni says this about the discussion on steroids. I'm a social worker, and when I used to work with inmates on parole, I had a client with anger management issues who used to use steroids before his prison sentence. It made his anger management issues like 10 times worse, and he offended while on steroids and landed himself in prison. Excuse me.
Wow.
Then, when he was on parole, he was doing fine, but when his parole ended, he ended up going back to steroids again. Offended again and went back to prison. It's very interesting how steroids can amp up someone's violent tendencies. Can't be very healthy. How it messes up with people's heads and mental health, not just bodies physically.
Yes.
I think
Scary.
like crazy disproportionate hormone stuff is bound to not have very good end results. So it doesn't just affect how your body like builds muscle and stuff. It affects how
The
you
chemicals
think
in your
and,
brain, yeah.
like your temper.
Not worth
Yeah.
it. Just get some creatine and a bar.
Yeah, get bar.
You know.
If you want to be big, you gotta eat big.
And if you ain't getting big, eat more big.
You gotta eat huge.
Or to even then,
Or drink huge.
Drink Huel.
weight
Drink.
gainer.
Whole milk.
Well, weight gainer.
Right,
Or maybe you just don't have the body for gaining huge mass, and you can't. So
Anybody can get fat, bro.
I've been trying.
Where you gotta do the Mac from Always Sunny strat. You gotta get that tub of ice cream,
Melt
leave it out
it.
on the side all day, and before you go to bed, drink it.
Oh, I know.
That's how he got fat
Yeah.
for that one season.
Who?
Mac from Always Sunny.
Yeah, the guy
one's
who's
Mac?
with Wrexham
One with the
and
beard.
you know, with
With Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
Oh yes, yeah. No, I know the exact thing.
Yeah, he
That-
got really
that-
fat.
Because obviously I have a thing with I have ice cream where it's just like,
yeah.
if it's not gonna cause me agonizing pain to eat, I physically can't eat it because I get creeped out. So the idea of just slurping melted ice cream makes me want to like vom. Like I can't. It's like if if it's like peak summer and you're licking on an ice cream or whatever, sucking on it, don't know, whatever, depending on what ice cream. If it starts getting liquidy, it's in the bin.
Because what
I have to like consume it within like 1 to 2 minutes, and I put myself in pain because of sensitive teeth to be able to eat the ice cream.
I can just bite ice cream.
Yeah, that's what I do. You just get to a point where you got.
What? He must have been consuming like 5,000 calories.
Should imagine so.
Why did he get fat? Was it just a part of the
Just for a joke, yeah. He wanted to be fat for a season because he was like normally like in Friends or whatever. Like as the seasons go on and the richer they get, like the more hot they become. He thought it'd be funny to be like
to be
the
repulsive?
inverse of that. And yeah, he committed to the bit. I'll give him that.
Yeah,
And
for
there's
one season, then he got ripped.
yeah.
Like mega ripped.
Then the whole rum ham thing, yeah, it was funny.
Yeah,
I
you're
do-
right, that's cool.
I don't like comedy stuff, especially American comedy. But Always Sunny always fucks me up. Always Sunny is
Hilarious.
Yeah,
hilarious.
it is very good.
Our last one here is from Top Minga C. Bear Bong. You allowed to say that? In the latest episode, you asked what the weirdest thing a JARling has done whilst listening to the cast. Well, my girlfriend lives in a flat with 6 other people. We're students, of course. And so when we have SEX...
What's that?
I don't... noise is a problem. So I decided to pop the JAR speaker on in the background to block out any other noise coming from the room while we are Fivian on Z's nuts.
said it. I said it.
I've had multiple instances where we've had to stop because James was talking about which violently shitting oneself, or Jamie went beast mode, or Alex screamed run, or made his signature Scooby-Doo noise.
Oh, yeah.
Basically 50% of every episode interrupted us and caused us to break out laughing. She doesn't seem to mind the cast though, and has even started listening outside of it because she finds the pod relaxing. So yeah, probably the weirdest thing someone's ever done in the cast, in the background.
I absolutely said someone's having sex to Jar. And it's
You mean SEX?
SEX.
CEX? Anyway, I like when people say that they find jar relaxing to do something just like really intrusive, like something like just really horrible.
It's like guaranteed that someone is like falling asleep to jar. Like that's been established.
Yeah.
And it's like,
What does me
ASMR.
going beast mode mean though?
Going
Also,
beast
I've
mode.
spilt a bit of my goon sack on my white shorts, and I'm kind of emotional.
That's bro. It's red wine.
Also,
It's the most stainy thing.
yeah, well,
Well, I hope I'm not going to get any
You
of mine
could
sacked.
you could just stain them completely red in their pink shorts.
that's true. They'd be more purple, but I've also got some sort of like
dribble.
I don't know what coffee. That would be coffee.
That's coffee.
Oh, you got
Well, I
coffee
don't
on
know
there as
why
well.
I buy anything white.
Yeah, why do you even bother?
Why do I?
Just buy things that are red. And
No,
then you don't have to worry about the goon
this is
sack
the
leak.
hack black. Because we buy white because it's like, oh, it's hot. I need to wear white because it's cool. When you wear black is cooler than white.
What do you mean?
That's thermodynamics, bro.
I thought black's way hotter.
No, it's hotter, but it dissipates heat quicker. So
No, it dissipates more heat.
quicker.
No, it absorbs more and releases more.
Yeah, so
white
it-
absorbs.
It equals out.
No, but it feels warmer.
Yeah, but that's
If-
okay
if-
because you're gonna feel cooler sooner.
No, that's not how it works.
That's how it works. That is how it works, you dumbass.
It's not.
It is.
It's not because the heat is being dissipated like into you because you're wearing it.
I think we should settle this in a cage
You
match.
down.
No, but if you're wearing white, then there's less.
And
to
you're gonna
dissipate
stain it with your
into
goon
you.
sack. You're not gonna. I'm not gonna
Yes,
stain
no, I
this
agree
shirt
with that, but
my
your
goon
logic doesn't
sack.
make sense. I'm sorry.
No, that's because I'm thinking of the context of black intercoolers versus silver intercoolers.
Guys,
In
something
which case, it's dissipating heat more, so it cools the engine and the.
Guys, listen to me. Listen to me.
Ow!
Oh, that was a biggie.
Fuck!
I think Jim gets a free one back. That's
Yeah.
Dylan.
No, I'm gonna surprise you.
ooh, a little.
gonna
Oh,
pull
now
my
you're gonna
naked-
leave
yeah.
me on edge.
Get the anxiety brewing.
No, I don't like this.
He already flinches every time I move.
No, that's
anyway.
because-
Oh, and then you get 2 for flinching.
No, you can't.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
that's actually like abused.
No, I actually want to know why you do that because I
don't
for the
know,
record,
there's
I
a-
do not abuse.
Oh, look, you got a
Jen.
handprint.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, something huge has happened. Something big. Not the submarine. Sorry, the submersible. Unless you want to talk about that. You want to talk about submersible?
Nah.
What? Well, that's why.
People have talked it to death.
Let's talk it back into life. Like a submersible.
Yeah.
No, it was crazy, but you can't. I don't like mocking people's deaths or whatever. But there is some delicious, just scrumptious irony. You know, it's the Titanic.
Was it haunted?
My mad cat's bit. But anyway, something way more important's happened. Something 10 times more important.
First of all, though, do you think it would have been in the news in the first place if they were all like just normal men?
Probably.
Do you
I had my hands up waiting for James Cameron to hop in, and he did,
Hmm.
and he was correct.
Yeah, he clapped.
He
Back.
clapped back.
He back.
What a man.
clapped.
What a man!
Mm.
What a crazy
What
man!
an evil man.
Evil man. No, I saw a funny fact about James Cameron. Little side note
quickly.
tangent. He apparently when he was making Avatar, he wanted them to use bows a certain way that wasn't correct, and he had an Olympic archer come in advising, and he was like to James Cameron, "Nah, bro, you can't use a bow like that." And then he was like, "Really?" And then he used it and just went nailed this bush 70 meters away. And then
What a fucking G.
he's just
God damn.
yeah, man.
And then he revolutionized the sport of archery. That motherfucker, I hate that guy.
I hate him so much that I love him.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't deny. He just keeps doing it.
Yeah, he just keeps going deeper.
He keeps going deeper, and his
he
box office keeps going higher.
Yeah, and he keeps shooting arrows further.
I bet he's found something down there that's this is how you make the biggest movie ever.
Yeah, he found the script to the Titanic when he was initially going down.
Yeah, the aliens from the deep feed him his ideas. But anyway, this is all irrelevant. Something way more epic and important has happened. Something very jar relevant.
Why didn't you just get a glass instead of sucking out the sack?
We got to have the goon sack, you know?
Yeah, I thought that was the whole idea.
But anyway, guys.
One joke.
Guys, Smosh is back.
Woo! Woo!
Smosh is back.
What
And I
does
couldn't be
this-
happier.
What does this mean, though?
So, it's a little bit confusing because I guess
They sold it?
Smosh were owned by like a parent company because they're like that kind of size of media conglomerate type thing. But Anthony and Ian got together and were like, let's buy Smosh back. And now they own Smosh and they're like making old Smosh videos again, pretty much.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm glad they bought it back, but isn't like Smosh's content just like not gonna work now?
Aged.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yes? Hopefully they make a few more movies.
Man. Do you think it's thanks to Jar that the Smosh price was reduced to the point where they could afford
Yeah.
it again?
Mm-hmm.
We took them down a peg so that they could like rebuy their own.
I hear you.
So you're welcome for Smosh coming back, ladies and gentlemen. We'd
Yeah.
like to announce Smosh is back.
Do you think I was too mean to Smosh?
No.
Again, it's like what we were saying earlier about like Heishi. It's just like
Yeah,
you're
it's-
criticizing the product, not the people.
Yeah. I don't think you're a bad person. I just think you're bad at what you do.
Bad movie, you know? That's all.
Yeah. Like James Cameron releases Avatar 2 and it's the worst film I've seen in like 8 years. I don't hate the guy because of that. I hate him because he's a monster.
Why so blue?
It wasn't. It was pretty good.
Why so jaw blue?
Ooh.
It was pretty fun. I got to tell you. Sorry to put a pin in the Smosh thing, but I watched Avatar 2 again. And I wasn't feeling blue.
You loved it,
I don't know, it's got its issues for sure.
but you love it.
I kind of love it. And, you know, that last hour is just like crazy.
Yeah, the last hour is insane. It's very good, I'll be honest. It's really awesome. It's probably the best movie I've seen in the last 8 years.
It's probably the best movie ever made.
Maybe.
You know?
And hopefully Smosh 2, the movie, will be the second best movie ever made.
I just love it when he says, why so blue? That enough kind of gives it the rating it deserves.
That man carries that film.
He's awesome. Mustache twirling can be like, it's usually used as an insult, but for this guy, that's like the fun kind of mustache twirling. It's like fun watching him be evil,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
He's got like no depth, but he's evil, man. He's just evil. That's his thing. He just wants revenge. He's an asshole.
He doesn't have a single good trait.
Yeah. And I keep seeing those memes on Instagram, man. With that close up with that guy.
yeah, where he's like leaning over. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you got anything? Are you guys as thrilled as I am about Smosh coming back?
I am. They belonged at the top of YouTube when they were at the top of YouTube.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They-
Were they actually the most sub channel for
Yeah.
a bit?
Yeah,
They were,
because they
weren't
did
they?
a whole video where
They
they
were.
like handed it over to PewDiePie.
That's right. Man, I forget how big Smosh were, huh?
Yeah, they were the biggest YouTubers, and they fit YouTube perfectly.
Hmm?
And when they were the head YouTubers, YouTube was at its best.
Yeah.
You know, it was the least
Because that was
insidious.
it was Ian, right? He's the one who doesn't like me.
He hates you.
He hates me.
Smosh
yeah.
hates us.
Because he kind of he attributes me for being like this instigator for
YouTube change.
like YouTube changed has, you know, where it's like before that point to him, everyone on YouTube was like friends and it wasn't about like
Oh,
commentary and stuff like that.
drama.
Yeah. So I guess I can see it from that perspective, but you know.
Yeah, but that's if you tie what you... I mean, obviously everyone does to an extent, tying what you make to, like,
Yeah.
who you are.
But it's like, yeah.
But also, like, if you put a movie out, movies get reviewed, movies get criticized. It
Yeah.
should be the same for...
And I don't
YouTube
think he actually
videos
watched the
and-
video because I actually praised him in the video. He was
Yeah,
the one.
yeah.
He was the one thing I
Yeah.
was like, this guy's actually got like a good screen presence. He'd be kind of funny if he was
Mhm.
in something that was better written. Yeah.
I'm not a Smosh fan. I've never
What?
been a Smosh fan. So this doesn't change much for me, but I understand its significance.
Yeah, I like it in terms of...
A win for people, not corporation, I guess.
Yeah, I don't like the whole, like, you know, the Fine Bros, this is a big business. And
Yeah.
it's just like watching a business, you know, it doesn't feel like there's a personal touch, really. So it being about them and their, like, announcement video was cute or whatever, and Ian's mum comes in and is like, yeah, it felt like old YouTube, in kind of the best way. So I'll always celebrate that. Yeah. And I'll celebrate these messages as well.
I guess YouTube has unchanged.
YouTube has unchanged, has?
Squat and cough, pirate. Bye, Bear Bear. Bye, Bear Bear.
I do declare, buy Bear Bear.
Bear Bear shirts and mug available now. Check the description below. Don't worry, guys, no more goon suck. We're just going to the goblet now. Decanting. We've all hyper decanted.
Do you not feel like a bit like a MILF having it out of a sack?
A MILF?
Yeah.
I kind of get it.
It is a bit MILFy. Not that that's bad,
Yeah, that's good.
but I'm not a MILF.
But you're trying to be.
No, I'm trying to be a DILF.
I thought you were supposed to be like the MILF hunter.
Well, I'm not
So
succeeding.
then you can say that thing you want to say.
Yeah, but I'm not. I need more time, and I'm not succeeding at the moment. So no MILF hunting in progress.
If you're a MILF out there, you know where to go.
Yep.
There must be at least a couple MILFs listening.
But that's the thing. There must be at least one.
Yeah.
Come on, the one jar milk.
Actually, I can't. I know of at least one.
What do you mean you know?
Don't worry.
Welcome to the second half of the cast where we head over to the Jar Media subreddit, not r/FNAF. God damn it, not r/.
Stop. The whole James created for FNAF is just.
No, keep
let it
propelling
die.
that.
No,
but-
don't please. Just let it go.
Don't let it go.
I don't want to be on a Five Nights at Freddy iceberg list where it's just like the deepest.
No, that's
noise.
exactly what we want.
No, that would be extremely funny.
Yeah, but yeah, don't leave your questions there. Head over to r/Jar Media, go to the suggestion thread, just like Substantial Elk 6702 did. Bear Mingers, a terrible jar-related travesty has befell me this week at the gym, and I don't know if I can ever go back. I usually listen to the cast while I work out in my earphones, but sometimes if in the gym is relatively empty, I'll connect my phone to one of the speakers and throw on some music. This is what I was doing the night before the incident. I'm sure you can already see where this is going. I go into the changing room, get ready, put in my earphones, and start the cast before going out to the main space. However, this just happens to be episode 328, where the first 5 minutes of the cast are about vomit and Rhea, and which jar member has the most of the relative affliction. I'm warming up with some light weights when I realise I'm getting a few odd looks, but I assumed it was just because of the stupid grin I had on my face from the cast. About 2 minutes later, some old guy who I sort of know taps me on the shoulder and asks if I'm connected to the speaker. I say no, but then I take my earphones out and realise the cast is blaring at an actually pretty loud volume from one of the speakers and coming out of my wired earphones simultaneously. I was so f***ing embarrassed, and I apologised. I don't know if they cared or not, but he didn't look like he found it funny, and did my workout in like 10 minutes before leaving. Probably about 10 or 12 people heard it, and most of them were regulars. This is actually one of the worst things that has ever happened to me, and I'm seriously considering changing gyms, even though I've gone here for about 3 years. TLDR, Jar has made it so I can never go to my gym again, and without being known as the guy who listens to people talking about diarrhea through a speaker. That's
Nice.
just the risk, man.
I like
Embrace
that.
it. Embrace it.
Yeah.
Don't go to a gym. Just... People have goldfish memories, man.
Yeah,
It's definitely
people
more of a big deal
and
to you
people
than
don't
that.
really care.
Yeah.
Like after, like even an hour and after, it's like gone. So just go.
No, in fact,
enjoy.
double down. Do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, find like the most risque
Put on the normal
episode.
episode.
Yeah.
No, don't film the normal episode. You'll get kicked out.
Rain, rain, go away.
Were we actually sober when we recorded that?
I was.
Yes.
Really?
Well, no, this is the thing.
Yeah, 100%.
This is the thing.
What's
Throughout
going on?
about the 331 episodes, I've been sober on all of them but 2. That's how like I've not trusted any type of smoky wokies or alcohol on majority of the cast.
That's the weird thing is like there's so many episodes where people leave comments like
Alex is high on this
He definitely won the wacky backy this time, and every single I promise you, I was not
Yeah.
on those ones.
There is a few where it's kind of like, yeah, they might be.
Yeah, man.
But
I don't know what to tell you. Except the goon sack's kind of going to my head.
the goon sack is going to my head. It's already out of my head.
It's just making my tummy hurt, to be honest.
It's probably the caffeine, bro.
Yeah, maybe.
How many cafe? Oh yeah, you've had an iced one. You've had you've had 3 iced ones. No, you've had 2 iced ones and a cream frappe.
No, 3 iced ones.
Yeah, including the iced
Cafe
frappe.
frappe, latte watty, cokey nutty, icy wicey.
No, I went to Costa today. I just need to talk about this. And I ordered an iced Americano because Costa's. They gave me the biggest cup. I didn't say size on the ice. I just said an iced Americano. They gave me the biggest fucking mug full of Americano, and I drank none of it because it was. I had to pour it down.
No ice. It was boiling hot.
It was just a huge
Smoking hot.
Who makes an Americano that big?
Why didn't you go Karen mode and just be like, "Excuse me"?
Hello. Hello.
I ordered an iced. Honestly,
I don't see any ice.
I don't see why I even tried to go to Costa. Going to Costa was a mistake. Costa's
It was a
shit.
mistake. It's made my tummy wummy hurt and my intestines inflamed-y wamedies.
If you remind me after the cast, I might have something that can help you with that.
Sloppy toppy.
Jesus, no.
What is wrong with you?
Oh, I thought I meant to say sloppy knocky wocky.
I don't know what that means. What does it mean?
I thought that meant coffee.
Yeah.
Some more coffee?
Yeah, have more coffee. Edge yourself.
No.
No, I've fallen off the edge.
Yeah, so get back
I'm
on
just
it.
in pain.
No, you edge run all the time. Never fall off.
Red Was Blue asks this. Any co-worker/boss from Hell stories to share?
Well, I think we've talked about this in that I had a boss who would like porn on his personal business related account.
Not like straight up porn, not softcore stuff.
No,
like actual...
gangbang.
Yeah.
The actual gangbang porn on his account.
There's probably screenshots like in a group chat from like years ago somewhere.
Yeah, there is.
Definitely.
I've got proof of him doing that.
So I remember going on his account and being like, "This is insane."
Yeah, and I still do sometimes. I'm like, has he done it again? Yeah,
How
but
much
my
do you think
boss,
he owes HMRC now?
fuck, he's like cancelled 2 businesses to like evade tax, as well as severely underpaying everyone who's ever worked for him. But he was nice to me.
There you go.
But then
You slept in the office. You Elon murdered it.
I did.
Elon
I did, and it was a good experience. As in, it taught me a lot about.
It humbled you.
Yeah. But really awful boss who was a creep.
Was he like a walking red flag type guy?
Yes, absolutely red flag.
What,
You can
like
tell
what did he
from
look
a-
like? Like what was his visual?
No,
vibe?
because he's also the person who harassed a poor milkman for like 15 years as a kid.
Oh.
He's like in the
He started
newspaper.
young.
He's,
That's right, yeah.
yeah, remember,
I remember that, yeah.
he would follow this milkman every morning and steal the milk from all his deliveries.
So he lost his job or something.
Basically, like terrorizing this poor milkman, and then got to a point of posting the milkman's family graves onto social media to mock this. Like it's actually a criminal case. Like you can,
That's psycho.
if you you can Google it. It's like Bradford on Avon milkman crime. You can actually find pictures of him leaving court. This guy's like an absolutely horrible human being, and he like gangbang porn on the business account. So it's like really bizarre. But that's the only story I have.
And the co-worker Skyrim gulper.
That's not like that. That he is a nice guy, but he just gulps like Skyrim. Like just like you'd be sitting there and this, because my company has that thing of like open plan, Open plan is the most toxic environment ever. It destroys culture, it destroys enjoyment in your job, and it's an Americanism. It's disgusting. I hate it. But we moved into this big open plan office, and there'd be no talking. It'd be just quiet. It'd just be ambient air conditioning, and then it's just Sky and Gulp out of nowhere. And I'd be sitting next to it, and it's just like there's nobody else hear it. There's nobody else get it. I'm envious though, because he'd drink a lot, so he's clearly like hydrated. But he just has them. But the thing is, I've caught myself sometimes doing a Sky and Gulp, and I'm like, shit.
You can't control how loud your gulp is.
I know, but I've tried to bullet, but it's like humorous because it sounds like the Skyrim Gulp.
I get that.
Yeah, you don't want to bully the guy.
No,
just make fun of him.
he's like one of the head accountants. Like, you know, normally, you know, if I bully him, he might cut my pay. You know.
Yeah.
I suppose it's a bit of a weird case for me, but there's like millions of stories about like weird interactions I've had with other YouTubers / people in the space.
Go on, spill the beans.
Yeah, just make this the drama episode.
Did I talk about the latest one like a month ago? This weird guy was like DMing me on Twitter, and he's like DMing me in code.
Oh yeah, you just briefly mentioned.
I had to like decipher his codes to figure out like what he was saying to me. And I don't know if he's like a conspiracy theorist or what, but he was like Cher had this like obsessed mega fan who like committed suicide or something crazy like that on like a live stream. And he was like, "No, I got proof that he didn't do that, and I know where he lives, and I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna go. He's actually hiding in Sweden or something, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get proof, and I'm gonna break this story."
You just dropped like so much information. What the hell?
Yeah. No, but I got millions of these types of anecdotes, like just millions of them. Do
you think YouTubers be crazy?
Yes.
Yeah, I think YouTuber doesn't have a healthy like working culture.
No. Yeah.
Are you crazy? I'm the Joker.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably most YouTubers are probably neurodivergent.
Smosh is neurodivergent?
Yeah. That's including me.
It's including us. This isn't just you. This is us. We're all here.
Well, we got to mention because we're having all these shorts put on YouTube. I figured we've already got them being made. Why not just put them on TikTok as well? And the one about Harry Potter, because on YouTube you can't choose what the thumbnail is yet. That's not a feature you can do. But on TikTok you can like choose any frame of the video as the like preview. So I chose there's this awesome moment in the Harry Potter one where we like say Harry Potter, but the visual that comes up is a picture of Lord of the Rings.
Gandalf.
It's like the Fellowship image of like Frodo and the whole Fellowship. The most like engagement bait thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it kind of wedged itself in the algorithm a little bit, so it got a bunch of like comments from the average TikToker, and like one of the top comments on it is like, "Middle-aged people should not be allowed microphones." And it's like, what do you think middle-aged is?
Yeah, how old do you think we are?
Yeah, they must be like 10 years old. I suppose that is the average age on there.
If I look like this when I'm middle-aged, fucking hell, it's going to be devastating for society.
Yeah. Yeah, you must have those good aging genes, because man,
it's like I'm in the next generation of Tom Cruises. You just don't age.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember how I got to this point. Oh yeah, just like crazy
TikTok.
TikTok is
just crazy stories I have, and just psycho things I know about certain YouTubers.
Drop the beans.
I can't,
bro. No, we can make TikToks of these, bro. This stuff be on make or break.
Yeah, just a lot of kind of clout chasery, like monsters, like psychos, you know.
Well, yeah, it's like you know how video games are designed to motivate you to behave in certain ways, and like want to
manipulate your dopamine releases.
Yeah, I think YouTube does that.
Yeah,
but like even more maliciously, because it actually just changes how you behave in real life. Like, it turns real life into a video game.
Yeah, it was quite like a learning curve for me, like because I'm quite an overly trusting person. Like I want to believe people are good faith, so I've had some like moments, let's say, where like awakenings of like, man,
People be lying.
people be lying, people be crazy, and I'm a lot more guarded now, and less trusting of people. Probably.
Do you
broadly.
trust James?
Trust James? Yeah.
What's the worst I'd do?
Hit me.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do you have any crazy coworker boss from hell stories to share, bro? Anything come to your mind?
Ooh.
You haven't. You've got none.
Well,
You had a few kind of crazy ones. Actually, it was more when you were at the King's Arms. At the King's.
The ghost story is like that
Well,
was your
yeah.
co-worker
Well,
at that place.
That was more like people who would just come and go, though.
no, I've met lots of like characters.
Yeah. Yeah, you got some
But
crazy
no-
stories.
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
no nasty people. Like, I think I talked about it on Jar, but my favorite interaction at work when I was working at this pub was this guy who just said he walks.
Yeah, that's the one that came to my mind.
Yeah, and he was
He's like a wanderer.
He was kind of dressed like Sherlock. Without
What was
the
his
hat.
voice like?
Just kind of like slightly posh,
Hmm.
you know, very not local. So it was like, this guy do be wandering, you know, with
He
an
just
A.
came in.
Yeah, he came in and he was like, yep, just walked from Devises, which is like really far away.
That's like a
from-
25-minute drive from.
That
where
is,
we
that is, that is. It's like a 20-minute drive just to get to where I live, and I live closer than Devices.
Yeah,
So you're talking about you're talking about around a 40-minute drive.
yeah, this
Dude
dude
walked it.
Yeah, he just walked
Just
it,
field to
apparently.
field, probably.
But then he started telling me about how he, he used to like glide to work. It's like, so it was like, oh, so you're lying, but like, what are you lying about, and what are you telling the truth about?
There's
And-
probably some level of truth.
well, yeah. It's like, if maybe he was gliding to work and he was so late all the time that
wait, you gotta reel it back slightly. What do you mean gliding to work? Like, what was he using?
A glider.
A glider?
Well, not-
How would he get it back up?
well, that's what I said to him, and he was like, well, I didn't have to like rush to get back because work was over.
So he'd carry the. How would he get it back?
Yeah, you
need a
wouldn't
vehicle.
Like, push it up. Yeah, exactly. So that was obviously a lie. But the walking bit was kind of believable because like there was no car when he arrived,
And yeah, it is. It
he have a
is.
big
he wasn't a
backpack?
local.
Backpack?
I'm pretty sure he did have a backpack. But I don't know.
He's out there wandering.
Well, yeah, he's like a Fallout New Vegas character.
Drifter. Like an
Yeah,
actual
he just walks around and talks, and he gets like his dialogue options, and one of them's like lie, and he gained nothing from that lie.
But it was
Because
funny.
like what I tend to do with lies is like go along with it, but like
Yeah, because
I'm
you can
fully
catch them
aware.
out pretty easy. Yeah.
yeah, and it's quite entertaining to like ask a further question on a ridiculous claim like gliding to work.
And they keep doubling down. Yeah.
Yeah, and they just make the story even more confusing, and then it's just like whatever. I'm not going to call you a liar.
What
There's
did he say
nothing
his
right
job
with
was? What was his work?
this. It was just like an office job.
Glide into your
So,
office.
Yeah, he like glide to like
Glide into the office.
well, no, he'd like glide. He said he'd like glide into a field, and then walk into the office, and yeah. But it's not like a glider. It's those things from Far Cry 3. You know,
Like
you
the
like
Mad
hold
Max
on.
crazy things.
You like no, you hold on. Far Cry 3. You hold on to the bar.
Oh, those. Yeah, yeah.
And then you like run and jump off like a ledge. And just,
Yeah, it's like thinking of the hills we have here where you could glide like that. Nah, there's none. And they're so far away from an office.
Well, that's the thing. People do glide a lot around the White Horse.
They're
area.
different. They're different gliders though, because they're
the
powered
big
ones,
ones, yeah,
or the
yeah.
big winged
Yeah,
ones.
the ones
were-
that are towed by planes, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah.
I want to believe it, but
Well, yeah. That's another aspect of it. Was like, I really want this to be true, and maybe for something to be true, all you have to do is believe.
If that's,
well,
if
it
there's one
works
thing
for...
to take
No,
away,
I'm not
it's
going to
that.
say that. That's too mean.
But I liked him. He was like a personable guy,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And I guess if you just wander around, you would become a personable guy.
I suppose
You know?
that's probably what he was doing on the walk there, was like thinking of his crazy story.
Yeah, just to with someone. Just to,
I get that. I can appreciate that. It's kind of like
But he's
trolling.
The thing is, if he was just like, yeah, I walk to work, blah, 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 I wouldn't remember him, you know?
Yeah.
But he
because
turns
he's-
up and he just makes conversation. He's like, yeah, I just walked here from Devices. And immediately that's like, what the
yeah.
And then he keeps going. He's like, yep, used to glide to work. It's like, okay, you've just wedged yourself in my mind forever.
Yeah, yeah.
You're a human being. I'm never gonna forget.
Yeah, yeah.
And
One of those.
I respect that. I
Like
respect the hell out of it.
like the little Scottish lady we talked to today.
Yeah.
Little moments like that. I love old people in supermarkets.
Old people in general are just quite funny interactions.
Yeah, because like they're willing to engage with you for a start.
Yeah, and
Which a lot of people aren't.
Most people would much prefer not to.
And there's nothing intimidating. It's like just
Yeah, there's
pure
nothing
warmth.
there's nothing to gain or like to lose.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, there's only stuff to gain. There's nothing to lose.
It's like an earnest little interaction, you know.
Yeah.
She was like, yeah, doing us a little favor,
Mhm.
letting me skip the queue, you know. Yeah, lovely. I just gotta chuck something in here a second. I got beef with a JARling.
Oh, this is a first.
I got beef with the JARling. I'm not gonna say who.
No. Okay, well, what have they done?
Trolling, right, is a delicate thing. Easy to go to places that just aren't funny. That are just annoying, you know? I know that's kind of part of the point sometimes, but it's like, you gotta figure it out, bro.
It takes time to
You gotta,
be an
like,
expert at trolling.
messing with people is funny, but the way you're doing it, and I know you know. I know they know.
How?
Sort your shit. Stop it.
You're gonna have to, bro. You can't.
No, I'm leaving it at that.
No, I don't know what you're on about. You're gonna have to specify.
I don't know what you're
I'm not going to elaborate further. He knows. And I know it's a he as well. There's no way. Yeah.
That is an assumption. You don't know.
Nah, bro, I'm telling you. I know.
Bro, you don't know. You're gonna have to explain this to me because I don't know.
Off the cast.
Off camera, you can explain to me.
But on this kind of note, actually, there was this really like heavy one I want to kind of talk about from Deviated Right Nut. JARcell here. What are the limits of redemption, in your opinions? I was an extremely hateful person around 2016 time, far worse than your regular edginess, but I've turned my life around 180 to consider myself and quit leftist in my beliefs. I don't know what he means by that.
Quite leftist.
Oh, yeah, you just spelt it all wrong. I didn't believe the monstrous shit I said and spread, but the pain and damage caused is the same nonetheless. But I didn't have any beliefs and was just a horrible member of society where all I contributed was hatred. I look back on this shamefully long period of my life with disgust, to the point where I find it hard to bond with my loved ones and friends that I've met since, because I know they'll despise where I came from, and I feel guilty that they don't know this past because they didn't sign up for friendship with someone who was a monster. I'm on thin ice as it is with those who do know my past already, and I can't blame them. I want to be part of a future as it becomes more progressive, but I cannot shake the feeling that I don't deserve a place there. I try my best to live a nicer life towards others and myself, but anything I do feels like I'll never repay what I feel like I owe the world, so I'm stuck in a limbo state where I'm beyond my hateful past, but cannot enter a nicer future. Thoughts?
That is heavy.
Heavy, but also vague to the point where it's like, is this person just got like a guilty conscience, or like what are you actually talking about? Like, how bad are we talking?
Yeah.
Because I would like to. I think there's a difference here between like. There's levels to it. Why? If you were such an extremist where you were attacking minorities in the street versus making edgy comments on Twitter, like trying to,
or 4chan or whatever.
Yeah, trying to make up for attacking people versus they're so different. So I don't think you should feel. There's something specifically they said where it's like they don't feel like they deserve the future, and it's like or that people aren't going to love them knowing what they were.
Yeah.
Anyone who actually accepts someone's going to know that if they found out something bad in the past, it's like they like the person now, so the past doesn't matter because they've grown from that.
Mhm.
People like that. People like growth.
Yeah, exactly.
So you shouldn't feel like people are going to hate you or suddenly turn out
I feel like him acknowledging that inherently
Yeah.
is an indication of change.
Especially when it comes to political stuff, because especially like there's a huge age difference there, and
Yeah.
I don't think it matters if you were like 18 back then and now you're 24 or whatever, or if you're like 40 and then 6 years later you're 46 and you reflect back, like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter, like people's opinions change with the time, and beliefs, like you don't choose your beliefs, you're influenced by different things. That time period there were heaps, way more influence from that area
Yeah.
that will affect the way you think and therefore believe.
Especially if he was a young lad, you know, like...
highly like influenced by everything.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
It's like the time when you are. You know, I was.
Yeah, you're just a sponge to all this like hatred going around.
Yeah, and all these algorithms, you know, they push this type of stuff, and
Yeah, and I mean, I can't say I like hate people who have these differing beliefs, because like where does that get us? Like I've had a change of beliefs since then till now, and so to think people with those beliefs now are like there's no way of redeeming them and they're just useless, irredeemable sacks of poo-poo. Like it's reductive.
it's probably a bad thing to assume someone's irredeemable.
Well, I think demonizing anyone, including yourself, like there's, like, would you treat a family member of yours that way? You know,
No, you
like if Alex, my brother, thought the things I thought, and then like if I'm giving myself loads of shit for that,
Yeah.
why would I not do it for him? But I am doing it to myself. Like you're putting yourself, you've got a mismatch of expectations. Your expectations for other people are way lower than yourself. So you should try and, like match those two.
Yeah, it's with how vague they are, it's difficult to know if they are just being overly cruel to themselves and just kind of overthinking it, perhaps, or
Yeah.
it's like you like you can't change the past.
you just have to accept
But
that
you
it
can
has
embrace the
happened.
future.
I view with this, because, you know, when I was younger, I was a horrible person. And obviously, you know, peak cringy internet, I was highly influenced by extreme right-wing views. But it's like, I'm here now because they happened.
Yeah, and
if
you
they
could
didn't
argue-
happen, I could have become an extremist way later, when it could have been way different. They're
Yeah.
all stages in your development, so you shouldn't look back on them as, I wish they never happened. It's more like, I'm glad I've grown. I'm glad I've improved and I can see what was wrong then. You should never look at your history as like a thing to feel like regret, or, you know, like you'll never make up for that.
You learn a powerful lesson. Now all you can do is move forward. No point beating yourself up about it.
No, not at all.
Yeah. But also, like James points out, those previous beliefs inform your current ones.
Mm-hmm.
So, like James said, like if you never had those beliefs, you might not now have your current ones.
Yeah.
I will believe that everyone online who is right wing, they're just not left wing yet. 100%. It gets to a point 5-6 years later where they all realise. I've seen majority of people from our generation are pretty much like that. We're highly influenced in that time, but left wing now. You kind of have to like be right wing to be like, no, that shit's wrong.
But I mean, that you shouldn't be demonizing people on the right either way.
No, absolutely not.
Like if this all is just about political beliefs, and like if you were saying heinous shit online, like,
Well, I'm just picturing him being like racist on 4chan, spreading like edgy memes.
yeah.
I don't know how far it went with this guy.
It's like, I guess with this subject, I would say there's probably a lot of videos out there of like ex-neo-Nazis people who've actually like been in some deep shit who have turned that life around. Watch some stuff about them if you haven't already.
Yeah,
those
Underbelly's got loads of good videos.
Well, there's that. God, I wish I could remember his name. He's like a speaker. It's this black guy who goes around talking to KKK members. He's quite famous. He's been on like Joe Rogan and there's a bunch of like famous
the
big
larger
podcasts.
guy.
Yeah. I think he's like he's a musician. He's got like this booming, like awesome voice. But yeah, that was like what he says is like he's able to like de-radicalize people by kind of conversing with them and just keeping shit calm.
And not just jumping to
just trying to make people come to their own conclusions and like not writing people off with a broad brush. Because it's not really that productive to do that, you know. Because we are like products of our environment, of what is influencing us, you know, like.
Well, I wouldn't view I don't think the concern that someone's going to not love you or someone's not going to want to be friends with you because of the past. I think that's a very, very insecure thought. And like, I do get it, but it's
I get
not
it especially
real.
with like the culture of like I mean it's kind of cringy to say, but like cancel culture. When you see people online who did things like the James Gunn thing, he said some distasteful shit years ago.
Yeah, like edgy jokes.
Yeah, and nearly lost his like career because of it. And it's like then you're kind of encouraging people to lock their past aspects about themselves like in this box way deep down, so that you can't embrace that and move on from
that whole mindset almost pushes people in the other direction because you can build whole businesses off being cancelled.
I think it's the opposite of the word he used in that, like progressive. Like it. You can't just put like a mark on someone's back and say, well, they've done one bad thing, and so they never deserve a place in society.
It's a naive way to kind of look at people. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone everyone you would hope learns, and the fact you have the self-awareness to even recognize that you've changed.
Yeah, it makes you better than like 80% of people.
Yeah, so as long as you're going forward with this better mindset, like that's all you can do. Well, seeing as we're on this kind of thing, Passenger Last 9107 says this. I think that the Apple Vision Pro will be the downfall of many gooners, and I'll tell you why. Using examples from gaming. When I cheat in a video game, there's a level of immersion that breaks Sorry, that's written weirdly. There's a level of immersion that breaks and cheapens my experience. Even if it's something small or accidentally built in, like the item duplication glitch in the new Zelda, I won't do it. In the same way, a relationship with an AI could not be seamless because you know you would be its god. If it does something you don't like, then rewind it or make it new. There's never a possibility of it walking away from you. This would break the illusion of a relationship for me. But outside of my own feelings, there are many people who enjoy hacking, exploiting, and modding, and many who enjoy gooning. Once that community learns how to program for the device, people who already proudly proclaim to be gooners will reach new levels of depravity. I'm expecting there will be a program that scans the environment so that when you wear it in public, it generates what people look like without clothes and renders that in real time over what you see. Gooners could literally watch porn from the moment they wake up until the moment they fall asleep. I'm not a gooner anymore, but as a programmer, I might have to take a dive into what could be a lucrative new industry. Do you have any suggestions for gooning-related AR applications?
Man wants to exploit the gooners. I'll help fund and produce that shit. I'll make the money off the gooners.
It's pretty crazy.
No, it's gonna happen.
This tech.
It's gonna happen. Like the VR, AR, you know, that the next level with cyber implants. It's just gonna make everyone a gooner.
Yeah, because we're pretty much
Everyone's a gooner.
already gooned on like phones, social
everything,
media,
yeah.
blah blah blah, Black Mirror. But yeah, it's just gonna be it's crazy expensive and insane now to picture wearing it. But I just feel like we felt the same way about touchscreens. We felt the same way about like AirPods. We felt the same way about all this tech. And with each generation, it just becomes more and more like accepted and just normal.
The VR, that's it. Everyone's going to be gooned. Why would you have a relationship?
When
Why
it's
would you
cheaper,
engage?
like less intrusive on the face and like convenient, it's like game over with that stuff, you know?
When it's like glasses.
Yeah.
Or contact lenses. Yeah. I think it's very dangerous. But it ties in with the other AI thing when like AI just takes all jobs. You know, what will we have to do? Hedonism.
Goon.
We're going to be hedonistic as.
Yeah.
Pursue it now. Pursue it now and pursue a healthy hedonistic pursuit now.
No,
then
it's
you'd be happier.
either that or like move to the woods.
Yeah,
Like,
or
buy a farm.
Yeah, have a ranch.
Yeah, and goon with the cows.
Yeah, have your own little goon stable.
Yeah, have your little pigs and pigs being milked and cows being milked and
Pigs being pig milk.
yeah, pig milk, goat milk, cow milk.
I wonder what pig milk is like.
Quite nice.
Have you tried it? Quite delicious. We've got 2 more here. George is not okay has one for James. James, I need you to give me a suggestion for a cheap first car for someone who doesn't care about cars, just wants it to drive. Help me.
Renault Clio. Doesn't matter what one, buy Renault Clio. They work. And I say this as someone who drives the shit out of it every single day.
Are you biased because you drive one?
No, generally.
No, he is.
No,
You've like changed into this French lover ever since you started driving.
It's not. Trust.
No, Toyota Yaris is the answer.
No, but Toyota Yaris are going to fail MOTs now because they're so old and rust is a bigger problem.
No, like
That was coming close to having rust issues, bro.
My one?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that one was a really old one.
That was an ancient
Like
one.
Newer ones are more expensive.
No, like my mum's one.
More expensive than an equivalent Clio. I've looked into it because when I got mine, I looked into it.
Clios are that cheap. Yours wasn't that cheap though.
I got it for 1,400 quid. This is the thing. With any type of first car, you will either spend a lot of money to get a nice one, or you spend a lot of money and get a shit one that's going to cost you a lot of money. You want the middle point. And what I found through having done insurance quotes constantly, the Renault Clios are the middle ground.
Because that's what really gets you is that insurance. I don't think I told you, James, but
Oh my God.
I effed up big time with my insurance.
Oh no, did you leave it on auto renewal?
Yeah.
Alex!
But for some reason I assume that when you use like compare the meerkat, like, when you change to another one, like the company knows or something. So I was paying like 3 insurances for my car, and I sorted it all out the other day and was like, oh my.
You were paying 3 insurances for your car, bro.
Because because at the end I would compare the market or whatever, change to the new cheapest one. But the old one would still be auto-renew.
That is such golden retriever like energy, bro.
Yeah.
That's such horse shit.
Yeah. I actually was like so pissed off.
How much money was it
too
though?
late. I don't even want to talk about it, bro.
How long? When did you realise? How many months in?
He only just realised the other day.
It was like a week ago. Well, not even
So
that,
you were talking 2 years. 2 years worth of, at least 2 years of double.
2 years. How long have you had the car?
5 years.
Was it 5 different insurance
It wasn't
companies?
5. I don't know
Was it
what.
three?
No, I think it was 3. If it
Because,
was
like,
3, it was for like 3 years.
There was a point in like 2021, 2022 where like I was just gone. Like I just wasn't.
Yeah, so you would have
wasn't
just
functioning.
Yeah, so you're talking at least possibly 2-3 years of double.
Well, if there was 3, that would be like 3 years.
No, so it'd be 2 on that first. Yeah, it'd be about the 3 year would only be the recent year, so it'd be 2 on the other 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, f***ing hell, bro.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah,
bad.
okay, that's a lesson there. If you're gonna go use any comparison sites, you've got to cancel your first experience, your insurance first. But yeah, I say this because someone in my college recently bought a Mini off of another college guy. How much do you think his insurance was for being 20 with no black box for a year?
$2,000?
3.5.
Jesus.
How does he afford it?
Because it was a Mini. And as soon as he's mentioned to me, I'm going to buy his Mini, and I was like, don't buy it. It's a Mini, they're shit. So he bought it, took it to a garage, car's shit, literally needs a grand worth of work to make it usable. Surprise, surprise, it's a Mini and it's awful.
How much did he buy it for?
1900. So then...
That's closer to 5 then, praise.
So what he's done, he's listed it for sale. Spares repairs, bought a Clio. Perfect condition Clio, £1,000 less insurance.
Yeah. I think the strat you found was like, you got to target those cars that old people drive.
Yeah. Clios are driven a lot by kind of a majority of people, but like Clios for some reason are just in a cheaper bracket. And, you know, I can attest their reliability, and the only thing that's wrong with a Renault is really the electrics. But like if the lights on the dashboard don't come on, it doesn't actually make any difference. So it's like not a problem. But I would always recommend Clios, just because they are like, because this is the thing, once you're after a year, you're just going to sell it. Because you're going to get a car that's more appropriate. Because first time cars are just like
that's what you just got to just keep it together and
keep it,
get that insurance down.
And
it does plummet with each year.
Yeah. So with the Clio, I found that the servicing's cheap. Just don't go to Renault itself. The parts are kind of in every scrapyard imaginable, so you can get parts cheap if you... And like mine, I've crashed it a few times because it's just like, if I know I'm going to crash, I'll just do it anyway and crash into it because it's a Clio. You don't care. And you can replace everything for cheap. And it's like, if you buy like a cheaper Volkswagen, you might spend more on replacing parts. So it's like the golden pit, like cost effectiveness is a Clio. And I would recommend it to everyone. Buy a Clio. Or buy a Nissan Micra of the same year, because they are basically our Clios.
Okay.
Well, or buy a shitty Nissan from Japan and spend 30k building it to then crash into a tree.
Farty Boy 3000 has an anecdote to take us away here. Bear Review Tech USA followers. I believe I have found the one. I have a fun story to share about my girlfriend to counter a JARling story, this latest cast. For context, we've been dating for over a year now, and we are both college graduates teaching middle and high school band. One of my kids is unironically obsessed with Golden Freddy, and I've used that knowledge for my lessons. This gets into my story. Recently, I started exploring the r/FNAF subreddit. I kept cracking up with how funny it was. This led into a conversation with my girlfriend, who explained what was happening. She found it very funny too, knowing how naive kids are, since we work with them daily. If they got into a conversation for how long, since I've been listening to JAR, and how I love the JAR. Yesterday we were hanging out with friends and she looked up something on her phone. When the browser popped, one of the 5 tabs was the JAR Media t-shirt from the JAR website. I saw it and got confused, because she doesn't watch JAR. I then remembered my birthday was a couple weeks out, and when she accidentally opened it up again and I saw what I saw, she admitted how hard it was to find that shirt because she doesn't watch it like I do. When she thought of finding merch, she couldn't remember JAR, but she did remember me laughing at r/FNAF subreddit and went over there to find the old banner of post your FNAF content on r/JAR Media, which is the funniest thing to me. She went out of her way to get me a shirt that now has an outdated design. Now that is true love. Bear game on and subscribe to Review Tech USA. That's
awesome. So for someone to find us who wasn't aware of us, they went through FNAF. How awesome is that? We've really like leeched onto this.
Yeah,
pretty
we've like
big
attached
IP.
on. We are a leech. We are a little.
Just a little leech, like just on.
Not too intrusive.
Like
we're a little parasite, just like somewhere that's not really going to matter that much. We're siphoning a bit of blood, but like, not enough to.
Yeah, we're not going to suck it dry.
We're not going to give you limes. We're just going to suck your blood for a little bit.
Yeah,
you know,
we're like
Hawthorne's blood.
We're like a flea that don't itch.
Like a little tick that's like we're pretty swollen with blood, but we're not going to give you limes.
Yeah,
maybe just a little bit of limes.
just a couple limes.
Just a little dash of limes.
I love lime.
I love lime.
That's a good story. I like that story.
That is a good story.
Not enough lime though.
Not enough lime in that story, but there's always next week, I guess.
Yeah, more limes. Next time, like, have a barbecue and do limes.
I heard a good tactic for, garnish. You get your orange, your lime, your lemon, whatever. Yeah. Apparently, if you cut it up and keep it in the freezer, so then you can also use it as an ice cube. Kind of genius.
Yeah, a lime cube.
A lime cube, an orange cube, a lemon cube.
A lice cube?
A
lime
tick
ice?
Cube. Freeze your ticks.
Isn't that a way you can get ticks off? Cooling them down.
With ice? I've got one of those little dog ones, Then make sure you get the mandibles.
Yeah. Yeah.
I found a tick on Billy the other day.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been giving her treatment?
I have. Yep, been treating her. Been feeding her
Oh.
lots
Good.
to make up for all that lost blood. And on that note, see you later.
Yeah.
I just need the audio to peak, that's all. Really
Audio
trying
Jungle,
to
you on the
scare
mic.
Nice.
Yeah.